Hello and welcome to National Focus for Tuesday, February 25, 2025. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, World Bank team concludes periodic visit to Dominica. Agriculture Minister wants greater access to financing for young farmers. And DDA commits to continue supporting Bouyon music. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. A team of senior World Bank staffers have concluded a periodic in-country mission to Dominica. The World Bank is funding a number of development projects, including the geothermal development project.
So we have meetings, and we also, in addition to these meetings with the various members of the project management or implementation units within the various projects, we also have field visits to the various sites. So from the 17th to the 21st of February, which was last week, a number of us within the PIUs were engaged in various meetings to update the group and to provide some insights into various bottlenecks, shortcomings, etc. So these meetings are also regarded as a time to look at social safeguards, environmental safeguards, fiduciary or financial matters, and of course communications and public outreach. Last week, we engaged in a site visit within the Emergency Agricultural and Livelihoods Climate Resilience Project to two of the significant projects, and as we say significant meaning the dollar value, but also the impact it will have on the development of the agricultural sector post-Hurricane Maria.
The team also visited the citrus certification project in Londonderry, which cost over $6 million to upgrade the facility that was damaged to provide quality planting material to rehabilitate the citrus industry.
So we are seeing, as we speak, the resurgence of the industry, but not to the glory days as yet. So this injection of the $6 million, and of course, within you will find a potting shed, you will find nurseries, you will find water systems being rehabilitated by the contractor ACE Engineering and his subcontractors. You will see obviously really an expansion of the industry, because by that time you will have more planting material for distribution at low cost or no cost to the farming community involved. Citrus is also regarded as a cash crop that is for retirement, such as cocoa, but of course it is also regarded as a low impact crop.
The visit also took the World Bank team to the National Abattoir,
where we are rehabilitating the pork and poultry abattoir. We are looking at an abattoir that can service up to 1,000 birds per day. So this is a target that we would want to reach. Some people think it's a high target, but because of the consumption, when you look at the consumption of meat in Dominican, chicken parts to be specific, we have to also look at that and look and to really understand that this is not a target that is unattainable, because there is a demand for pork, and yes, but for chicken parts and also to whole broilers. So this is one of also another big ticket item, where the rehabilitation of the facility itself, but also the equipping of the facility.
The government of Dominica applauds the efforts of the National Association of Youth in Agriculture, NAYA. NAYA is expected to play a key role in helping the Ministry of Agriculture accomplish its vision of 700 million contribution to GDP by 2030.
I would like to commend NAYA for its ongoing commitment to shaping the future of agriculture in Dominica. Since its inception, NAYA has played a pivotal role in not only advocating for the needs of young farmers, but also inspiring a new generation to engage in the agriculture sector. Your work is critical to advancing our agricultural transformation, and the government recognizes the importance of your involvement in realizing the vision we have for sustainable, innovative, and inclusive agricultural economy.
The Agriculture Minister says NAYA's role has never been more important than it is right now.
As we navigate the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century, the agriculture sector must evolve to meet our new demands. NAYA's efforts in championing the needs of young farmers and facilitating the entry into the industry are helping to ensure that the next generation is prepared to lead the way.
However, there are some obstacles that can hinder the success of young farmers.
These challenges include limited access to concessionary financing, high cost of inputs, and access to suitable lands. These issues can make it difficult for young people to break into agriculture and sustain their operations over time. But I want to assure you that the government of Dominica is committed to addressing these challenges. As it relates to the limited access to financing, the government has made resources available at the aid bank to lend to farmers and other small businesses at an interest rate of 3.5%.
The minister says there is need for more of these facilities to provide options for young farmers sourcing financing. The Climate Classrooms Initiative, in partnership with the Bloombox Dominica, has made its second presentation of irrigation systems, this time to the Castleborough Secondary School. The first presentation went to the Northeast Comprehensive.
This initiative is part of a broader amplifying rural and indigenous youth voices on climate justice in the Caribbean project, which is funded by the Open Society Foundation and implemented by the Young People for Action on Climate Change Jamaica. Here in Dominica, the project is spearheaded by a passionate group of climate advocates focused on empowering indigenous communities and ensuring inclusivity in climate justice. As part of this movement, 11 schools across the Kalinago territory were involved in our Climate Classrooms initiative. We engaged students from the kindergarten to secondary school levels, including the Castleborough Secondary School and the Northeast Comprehensive School.
The irrigation system is expected to be a game changer for agricultural programs at Castleborough Secondary School.
This system not only is an asset to your education, but also an inspiring tool that would help cultivate the next generation of leaders in environmental stewardship and resource management. This project also highlights the power of collaboration, particularly with stakeholders who may not have been official partners, but are integrated to the success of initiatives like these. Working alongside Bloombox Dominica, whose expertise in sustainable technology has been invaluable, we've been able to turn this vision into a reality.
The importance of agriculture and its positive impact on NCDs was a highlight of the Education Minister's comments at that function.
So that's why our grandparents and them used to their amount of dashing and breadfruit. And when it was breadfruit season, let me tell you something. It was breadfruit for lunch, breadfruit for supper, breadfruit for breakfast. I think it's sure. It was roast breadfruit by there, boiled breadfruit by there, pong breadfruit by there. And we were very active. We didn't sit on a phone there watching whole day, or we didn't sit in front of a screen. We didn't have a school bus. So when you finish eat your piece of roast breadfruit and cucumber and cocoa tea, you have to walk to school. So by the time you reach in school, you can't get a chance to get fat. Break time, we didn't sit on phone. Break time, we skip, and we were active. And I am saying now, our country, we thought COVID was bad. COVID was not a problem. And now this government of Dominica, we are pushing a drive against those sickness, diabetes, high blood pressure. Young children, heart problem, young children, high blood pressure.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Dominicans around the world proudly celebrated Bouyon Day today, Tuesday, February 25, a vibrant tribute to the rich culture of Bouyon music, its talented artists and musicians. Held annually on the Tuesday before Carnival Monday and Tuesday, this electrifying day was first introduced in 2015 as a dynamic movement to elevate Bouyon music as a distinct Dominican genre. Chief Executive Officer at Discover Dominica Authority, Ms. Marva Williams, describes Bouyon as a genre of music that was created solely by Dominicans, which has transcended over the years.
We saw Bouyon transition into the beats with Triple K, for example, and we went over the years and we saw a different version of the Bouyon from the likes of like Asa Banton. And then now it went into like the nasty business Bouyon. And even as recent, we're hearing people talking about Bouyon love, Bouyon go up well, you know, Bouyon this. So whereas the beats has remained, the Bouyon has really evolved into select artists taking the music and using different life experiences, whether it be from a relationship or whether it be from something happening in society, and just making the Bouyon even more palatable than it has been before.
She says while Bouyon has reached new heights, the success cannot be credited to just one artist or band, but should go all the way back to those who conceptualized the genre.
Bouyon music remained relevant even locally, and it never stopped. And we must give kudos to the artists over the years. We have to give kudos to WCK and the First Serenade, the Triple K band, the Signal band, the solo artists like Rio and Asa Banton and Ridge and all the others, you know, Trilogy and those who recently joined the scene. We have to give kudos to all the artists together, starting all the way back with the WCK and the First Serenade, moving into Triple K with the Acers and all the others I may not have mentioned, because they were the ones who were persistent. They never gave up. It started with an older generation. It continued with the younger generation.
Over the years, DDA and the DFC have invested in the Bouyon genre, giving the artists platforms to showcase their craft. She says these investments will continue.
As we move forward, we can do more, and what I think is ever so important, where we can help the industry to navigate, is to help the artists to understand the importance of intellectual property, help them to understand the importance of copyright, help them to treat the Bouyon now to a certain extent as a business, right? It is not a free-for-all. Right now, it has to be treated as a business, and in treating it as a business, we do not want the artists to stray away from themselves. We want them to maintain a unified front, because for us to take advantage of where the Bouyon is now and where we intend it to go, it has to be done as a team.
Acting Chief Cultural Officer Earlson Matthew says the evolution of Bouyon is the result of new generational experiences.
Happy Bouyon Day to all of the viewers, all of the contributors, the supporters, sponsors, however you want to put it. Happy Bouyon Day to everybody. The evolution of Bouyon music, like everything else, I can use technology as an example, is going to evolve. Things are going to get better. Things are going to change. Some might say they miss things a certain way. Some might say they like the new developments. So with evolution, you get change with the generation. So everybody, the new generation comes in, they have their input, they have their contribution, what they want to, what their experience, how it is relatable to what they're going on and what they put into the Bouyon music.
The Division of Culture will continue to create platforms to support, include and showcase Bouyon music and its artists.
At the Cultural Division, I mean, we try to incorporate the younger generation in everything that we do, because we realize that they are the next ones coming in and getting them to embrace the art forms, whether it's Bouyon music, whether it's the traditional dances, everything culture related, even if it's not just the performance aspect of it, but not just the visual and performing arts, but the culture as a way of life. We have to get them to embrace that. And probably use little tactful ways to do it, probably through social media, whatever it is that they're interested in. So if you notice, for the carnival season, we have involved the youth, like Pan in the City. People enjoy that event on the streets of Roseau, but we use that opportunity to bring in artists like Shirley and so on to play along with the steel pan music. So it generated that level of interest to a whole new generation who probably wouldn't have been so keen on attending a steel pan event.
Meanwhile, lead singer and the co-founder of Signal Band, Sheldon Shelley Alfred, prides himself on bringing a more lyrical aspect to the genre, which is very rhythm-based. He believes Bouyon Day should be recognized and celebrated as a major event, just like any other significant day in Dominica.
It should mean a lot. I feel like, It has been growing, sometimes fluctuating, and I wish we could kind of get some sort of consistency as to how we celebrate it. But it still means a lot, you know. We still woke up today with some pride, and we know when we went in Signal Band group chat, we said Happy Bouyon Day to each other and all of that. I stepped in and I greeted someone Happy Bouyon Day. So there's still a sense of pride, and I feel like we should be proud of this genre and where it has come from and where it is now.
The evolution of Bouyon has generated excitement and global appreciation for the genre.
I think it turned the heads of the rest of the world. I don't use the word positive or negative, but the numbers mattered. You know, the attention that it created around the world when heads were turned, when guys were saying certain words in the Bouyon. Like, some people were like, what? You know, and that equals to a stream, that equals to a view, that equals to an event, you know, and it's entertainment at the end of the day, so people are going to come out to see it. So I feel like that changed over the years, you know. The people were able to turn their heads with the music, and now the reality is all of us can benefit. Like, it's not because the people turn their heads because of nasty business. I think they also craving more as well. You know, they want nasty business, but they want some variety, and that's where everybody comes in to now offer that variety.
Tafari Mafi, better known to the public as DJ Taffy, is grateful for the doors that Bouyon music has opened for him as a producer and artist.
Bouyon Day is very important to me as an artist and producer because Bouyon music is what have me who I am today, have me going the places I go in today, and the thing that give me the success that I have today. It has been doing very well in this era. It has been going places that it has never been going before. People from different parts of the world that never heard what is Bouyon actually hearing it right now.
Xavier Foster Marcel, otherwise known as Little Boy, is one of the songwriters and the producer on Bouyon hit Someone Else. He says he's grateful he persevered with the genre despite facing negative reactions from outsiders.
It's really important to me because, for a Frenchman, for me to be, like what I live in love is making Bouyon. All my beats and them is more Bouyon beats I selling, and even songs I singing is Bouyon. So what is that really have me out there? So I must be happy for that. I'm very happy. Happy why too, because before people used to say, you're not going to make it doing Bouyon. Bouyon not going to bring you nowhere. The amount of time I travel with Bouyon, you know. So, and especially that song, yeah, happy.
That's news. Now for your weather update. Lingering moisture and instability are expected to maintain cloudy skies with scattered showers into tonight. Residents in areas at risk of flooding, landslides and falling rocks should continue to be cautious. An increase in dust haze concentration can be expected across the area by Wednesday. Seas are expected to be slight to moderate over the next 48 hours, with waves peaking near 7 feet on the northern, eastern and southern coasts and up to 3 feet on the western coast. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.